King George V was born on June 3, 1865. His parents were King Edward VII and Alexandria of Denmark. In 1893, George married his German cousin, who was also his dead brother's fiancée. They had 5 kids: Prince Edward, Prince Albert, Prince George, Prince Harry, Princess Mary. George started his working career in the Navy, but when his father, King Edward VII, died on May 6, 1910, George immediately took over as king. During George's reign, he gained favor of the middle class because he supported them more than he supported the rich. When World War I started, George V went out of his way to see his troops. In 1915, while visiting his injured troops, his horse rolled over him. This caused his pelvis to fracture and gave him pain for the rest of his life. In 1917, he changed his full name from George Frederick Ernest Albert to George Windsor, because his first name was too German. The same year, George refused to help his cousin, Tsar Nicholas II, to distance himself from the Russian regime. By the end of World War I, he was one of the only monarchs not to be killed or overthrown.
During George V's reign, there were many changes around the world. There was a rebellion in Ireland in 1916, which led them to create their own government. After World War I, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, and South Africa were able to control their own governments as well. King George V's health issues started after his horse rolled over him in 1915. After that, he experienced breathing problems. He was also a heavy smoker, which didn't help. After an inflammatory disease, he never fully recovered, and after slipping in and out of a coma for 5 days, a doctor gave him an injection of morphine and cocaine. Then he died January 20th, 1936. Many people remember him as a hard-working monarch that truly cared about his country.
Yeah. Yeah.